Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. Now this video is going to be very weird, I think, and very odd because at the current time of filming this video I only have these two B&M sets, so I assume why you're here is because you want me to see reviewing the sets, etc. So at the time of filming this, first of all, it's extremely hot outside and I'm boiling, so apologies for that in advance, of just me panting maybe, I don't know what I'll do. But yeah, so these are the sets that I have at the moment, and there's only two of them, but hopefully later in the video I will go to B&M and hopefully pick up the other ones, fingers crossed. I mean, who knows at this point, but yeah, so today I'm going to be reviewing these two sets. Well, today. This video hopefully will be a big overview of the sets I'm getting. Just for context, the other two sets that I do hope to get are the Second Doctor and TARDIS and the Dalek Invasion of Earth Dalek set. So, without further ado, let's get on and have a look at these figures. So, we're going to start off with the Unit 1971 The Claws of Axos collector figure set. Now, as you saw, I have already taken the figures out of this set, hence why it's empty. But I'll just take you through the packaging, just in case you don't know by now. It's got a lovely window here, TARDIS, with a golden sticker that says limited edition, I think it says, yep. And then obviously the stuff down here. 5.5 inch, aka 14 centimetre scale collector series, 5+. And that's good, I'm 5+, I think. On the side there it has the figures that it included in the set. And on the back we've got lovely photos of the figures. So we've got Sergeant John Benton, the Brigadier, and Captain Mike... Oopsie daisy. Captain Mike Yates. There we go. So that's pretty much the packaging. Let's get on and review the figures themselves. So we're starting off here with the Brigadier himself. And to most people this is probably the most least interesting figure in the set, because it basically is just a re-release. But luckily for me, I don't actually have this figure in its original form, so this was just as great to me as the other two figures in this set. As you can see, he obviously is wearing his nice jumper thing, and you can tell it's a jumper because it's obviously got the stripes. But are they stripes? I don't know. Really good detail on this figure actually. B&M have definitely improved from last year and the year before. He's actually got the beret that says unit on, whereas I think the one a couple of years ago didn't bother to have that. Just a really nice figure, not too much to say, but the detail on the face is brilliant, and it definitely resembles Nicholas Courtney. And he comes with a gun. I've just sort of positioned him in this sort of look, which kind of looks very brigadier-y. So, very happy to have this in the set, and a great addition to the collection. Next up in the lovely sets, we have Sergeant John Benton. I don't know if he is actually called John, but I don't think it's ever shown that in the show, but hey, we're going to call him John. And yeah, really amazing figure. Totally new head sculpt, I believe. And this is spot on. It resembles John Levine perfectly. He comes with this big machine gun thing, which I don't think is actually in the episode itself, but it still looks brilliant. Obviously he's got his stripes there to show that he's a sergeant. And I believe this body is sort of an old Brigadier sculpt, but it's just been sort of moulded on and stuff. But it works perfectly, and I'm so happy that we've finally got the unit team, because when these sets were announced, this was the one that I definitely wanted to go for. Yeah, brilliant, and he's just got nice green trousers and shoes there. Again, really good, can't fault him at all. Brilliant. Lastly in this set we do have the wonderful Captain Mike Yates, probably one of my favourite of the unit family actually. Not just because I've met him, well probably that's a reason I'm a bit biased. Yeah, brilliant. The face, it resembles Richard Franklin well, I'd say, probably not as good as John Levine. But then again, Mike has got one of those faces which is quite hard to capture, I believe. Again, he's got the unit symbol on his sleeve, but he hasn't got the stripes because he's not a sergeant. Again, same body, I think it's the same head sculpt, just with like different eyes and different hair colour and stuff, which is fine. You couldn't really tell, I only noticed that recently, but again, he's really good. Comes with this great machine gun, and all three of these figures on the set look amazing on the shelf. So yeah, that is another reason. They're just awesome, and yay, I'm very, very pleased we have this set. So yeah, that is the unit set. Moving on to the companions of the 4th Doctor set. I won't go through the packaging because I just did with the unit set, but this is the figures on the back, and I'll probably keep it like that in the background. Who should we start with then? Let's start with Sarah Jane Smith, and doesn't she look amazing? So this is actually, the base of this figure is a Martha Combat from the Series 3 finale, and I'll just go get her to compare the figures. Here she is. So yeah, you can tell they're the same base, but it works really well. I mean, is it 100% screen accurate? Not really, but it does its job, and I'm just so grateful that we got a classic Sarah figure. And yeah, really good, and the camo works brilliantly. There's not even a paint bleed on there, which is very good for characters standards recently. The hair on the back is brilliant, definitely very Sarah-y, and the face sculpt, great. It's just, that is Elizabeth Sladen in a nutshell, and the figure looks amazing, so I'm very pleased to have her in the collection. Moving on to Romana 1 now. Ta-da! This figure looks brilliant. Is it one of my favourites? Probably. Just for the fact that I never thought we would be getting a Romana 1 figure, but likewise, here we are, and I will try and stand her up. There we go. So yeah, the face sculpt, I would say it captures Meritam relatively well. A bit like Richard Franklin. They've got one of those faces which is quite hard to capture on figure form, but I think the character have done it really well here. The hair on the back is just brilliant. It starts off like quite straight, and then it gets gradually curly. There you go, it's focused there for you. And again, a simple repaint from a Claudia Brown figure, I think from Primeval maybe. But it looks brilliant, and the pink jacket is just very cool to look at, and it's a brilliant outfit as well, so I'm not complaining. Last but not least, we do have Romana 2, and this is amazing. Again, I never thought we'd be getting a Romana figure, so to have this in the collection is just brilliant. Again, this is based off an Elizabeth Sladen figure from the Sarah Jane Adventures, and it just works so well. The base, it definitely resembles Romana. The hair is a nice wash of blonde and a little bit of brunette in there somewhere. And it's a really iconic costume, so I'm really glad that they chose this one to do. And not many people know this, but you can actually take off the scarf. You've just got to be quite delicate with it, so if you lift up the back of her hair and then bring it down, this might be a bit tricky. There we go, and then take it round like that, and then bring it down. There, perfect. You can actually take off her scarf, and this is what she looks like without her scarf. And then you open the jacket, and it's just, it works quite well, I'd say. I mean, again, none of these are going to be 100% accurate, but they do their job. So I'm really happy to have a Lalla Ward figure. And yeah, do they capture her face well? I mean, again, it's okay. Actually, no, it's more than okay. It's very good. But obviously, it's not going to be 100%. So yeah, for me, from right now, this is the end of filming. But hopefully, the video should carry on, where I will be reviewing, hopefully, 2 more sets. So, see you in a minute. They have them. Hello everyone, welcome back. Now, it's been just over 24 hours since I filmed the last segment that you saw, and since my local store has got the new sets in, well, the kind of new sets in, and I'm so over the moon to finally be in the possession of these lovely sets. So like I said, these are the other 2 sets that I'm going to get, so once I'm home, because I'm currently waiting for some pizza at the moment, I'm going to go review them, so see you in a sec. So I'm finally home, and here they are, and they look absolutely amazing. Just staring at them. I'm going to unbox them in a minute, but for now, let's just take a look at the packaging on both these sets. So if we take the History of the Daleks one first. So, because these packaging sets are a little bit different to the free packs, so I might as well show you. So I've got a lovely window here, which showcases both Daleks very well. And it says down here, History of the Daleks 2, Dark Invasion of Earth, character options, etc. With the sticker. Turning it to sides, just the TARDIS. And on the back we have lots of information. So if you want to give that a read, then pause the video now. Cool. So yeah, that's basically the Dalek sets. On the bottom is just licensing and stuff. So that's the Daleks, but with the TARDIS. Oh, here it is. Can I just say this looks amazing? So obviously it's got the double window here, exclusive, and then 5.5 inch, 14 centimeters. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. And then here's the back. Again, more information. So if you just want to read that, then you can. And it says there, with opening doors. Wow, opening doors. Who would have thought? So there you go, and let's get these beautiful sets unboxed. So here they are out of their packaging. Now, first things first, we're starting with the Daleks, but I did just want to comment on the backdrop because this looks absolutely amazing. I didn't actually know what the backdrop was until I actually opened the figures themselves, and they never fail to impress do character. Always very interesting backdrops of obviously this one's from Dalek Invasion of Earth, and it looks lovely and it is very nice. And it's obviously, was it necessary? Not really, but the fact that they went to the effort of doing this just sort of shows that they really care, kind of. So yeah, that's the backdrop. Now onto the Daleks themselves. So, first of all, they look amazing. Oh, God. Whoops. Yeah, they look amazing. I think we'll start off with the white or the silvery Dalek first. On the most part, they're the same, apart from a bit of colouring. So this Dalek, obviously, I think the main difference is the big chunky base. Now, I have seen a lot of people's bases weathered, and mine is too, but I believe this is on purpose. This isn't just because it's been scratched and battered around a bit. Sorry, I will try and focus it there for you, so you can see like the weathering. And it obviously has the lovely saucer dish on the back, which just works very, very well. And it's a great addition, really, because I don't actually have any Daleks with the saucers on the back. And I love the eye stalk as well. It's sort of black and silver and blue. And I believe the irises, sorry, it's not in camera there, they vary in size. So onto the black Dalek, you can sort of see the iris there. Can you see it? Yeah, I think you can. Or can you? No, you can't. Am I being stupid? No. There you go. You can sort of see it at the top of your screen there. It's a lot smaller than the silver Dalek. But again, for this one, it's nice black base, a little bit weathered around the base. Actually, this one isn't weathered as much, actually. Now I'm looking at it. There you go, it's a bit weathered on the back. Again, lovely saucer. And I think the sort of electric blue and the black and the silver really work together. And they just make for awesome looking figures. I'm really happy to add these into the collection of my small 60s Dalek collection, because the only other two I have are one from the Chase with its fiery plunger, and one with a silver body but a black dome, which are very cool. But these ones are just, wow, they're amazing, really. So a lot of love for these figures. So moving on to the Second Doctor and TARDIS. Once again, character options, not failing with the backdrops here. Obviously it's from the War Games, inside the big TARDISes that the Time Lords have, and it just looks great. Obviously it's in colour, which is not resemblant of the show because it was in black and white, but it's so nice to sort of bring it to life a little bit, and it looks awesome. So again, well done to character for making lovely backdrops. So onto the figures themselves. Let's start with the TARDIS. Actually, no, let's start with the Second Doctor because I changed my mind. He looks absolutely awesome. The only other two Second Doctor variants that I have, one from last year's B&M Wave with from the 2 Doctor set, and one from the 11 Doctor set, but it's actually missing a hand, which is kind of embarrassing. So if I ever do little short figure animations with the Second Doctor, this is the figure I shall be using. And it just looks absolutely brilliant. The bow tie has great detail on it, with the sort of white little painted dots, which looks brilliant. The trousers checkered. Something I did want to address was this ripped jean. I think it looked a lot better in the prototype images than it does in hand. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look as good, I would say, but from a distance it does, but when you're up close really looking at it, it's not that impressive. Not much paint bleeding on this as well, which is very good. Again, on the back we've got a little bit of weathering there, and the head is nice, clear black, and the face sculpt, very good. Very impressed. So a lovely little variant, and I'm very, very happy we've finally got some 60s figures, because my 60s shelf isn't that big. So there we go. The TARDIS now. Oh, this look absolutely brilliant. So obviously, I would say it's in black and white. I think that's intentional. It's sort of a grey colour. If you look at the side here, you can see that the police box on the front is sort of a white with black texts, but on this side it's black with white text, and that is just great attention to detail. The lamp is square as opposed to circular, and that looks really good. A really sort of chunky, accurate base there. Again, just giving it a bit of a twirl. Same battery compartment, because obviously, sadly, they can't afford to get rid of that or include batteries. So that is just something that us figure collectors have sort of learned to accept now. And then when you open the doors, again you can see the battery compartment at the back, but obviously we've just sort of learned to deal with that now in the TARDIS sets. And then yeah, very standard. And then to shut the doors, and then there's a button on the floor which you press, and it brings the doors shut. So there you go. That's the second Doctor in TARDIS, and it looks absolutely brilliant. And I'm so happy that I picked this up today, because it looks great. So there we go. So there we have it. This is the 2020 overview B&M Big Figure Set video done and dusted. I won't lie to you, this year has been a lot easier to collect than last year. I've only got 4 sets as opposed to 6 last year. Last year was brilliant and very maniac. What was the word? Chaotic. There we go. Maniac. That's a silly said. But obviously, due to coronavirus and stuff, it's been a lot harder in some ways, but easier in others. But I'm so happy that it's paid off, because we have been gifted with brilliant figures this year. We've obviously got Romana 1, Yates, a Dalek, Sarah Jane Smith, a second Doctor in TARDIS, another Dalek, the Brigadier, Sergeant Benton, and Romana 2. So all of these figures look absolutely phenomenal, and I'm so happy that they're still producing them. And I hear that there might be some coming out later in the year, which I'm kind of dreading, but really looking forward to at the same time. So I want to thank you all very much for watching this long video. I think it's going to be a pain to edit, but hey, who knows, we'll have fun with that. So I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like or a thumbs up, and maybe subscribe if you're new around here, and comment down below which sets did you get, because obviously I missed out on 2 sets. That was not intentional, but that was out of my own choice and my wallet's choice, I think. So yeah, that will do for this video, guys, and I'll see you all later. Bye for now.